Hello, welcome to Pirkei Avos with Rabeinu Yonah. We're on chapter 5, Mishnah 4. We're in the middle of Mishnah 4. It says, Asar nisyanis nisu avosenu es hamakom b'midbar. Shnemar, vayinasu osi ze es upamim v'lo shamu b'koli. There were 10 ways that the Jewish people tested Hashem in the desert. As it says, and they tested me these 10 times and they didn't listen to my voice. What were these 10 times that the Jewish people, so to say, tested Hashem? Harishon, She'omru, it says, Hamivli ein kivarim b'Mitzrayim, when the Jewish people were at the Red Sea, and the Egyptians were gaining on them, and they were surrounded on all sides, they said, were there not enough graves in Egypt that you had to bring us out here to die? They complained to Hashem. Hasheni, they didn't have faith in Hashem. Hasheni, the second. Vayolonu ha'am al Moshe lemor manishte. The people complained to Moshe, saying, "What will we drink?" V'nasa lahem nes, a miracle was done for them. Shetziva Kadosh Baruch Hu Moshe lahashlich eitz b'mayim amarim. Hashem commanded Moshe to throw a stick into the bitter waters. K'moshe Nemar, it says, "Vayizak el Hashem, vayoreu Hashem eitz." He cried out to Hashem, and Hashem showed him the stick. V'amar Rabbeinu Zecharnu Levrachim Maseches Pesachim. Our rabbis taught she also eitz hardufni haya. It was a certain type of stick called a hardufni. Shehu mar. It's bitter. So he took this bitter stick and threw it in the bitter water, and the water tasted sweet. Hashlishi, b'midbar sin, in the midbar sin, sheshalu lechem, they wanted bread. Shenemar, it says, b'shivtenu al sir habasar, that when we sat there, we used to sit by a pot of meat, and we had bread. V'hevi lahem es hashlav, and that's when Hashem brought them the quail. Haravi, the fourth time, hayesh Hashem b'kirbeinu imayim, they said, is God with us? When they were in the desert, they questioned if Hashem was with them. Mashal l'malach shemalach b'nal k'seifav. A parable is given to a king that carries his son on his shoulders. V'haya ben das aimer, and he sees someone. V'yisem abba, he says, "Have you seen my father?" Ma asa aviv, what does his father do? Hishlichu me'al k'seifav. The father takes the son, he puts him on the ground. Kachar kadosh baruch hu yisbarach ha'noisei osam al kanfei nisharim. So too Hashem took the Jewish people out on the wings of eagles. And then they go and ask, Hayesh Hashem b'kirbeinu imayim, is Hashem with us? After all the miracles that happened to the Jewish people, the 10 plagues, splitting of the Red Sea, and all of that, the Jewish people asked, is Hashem with us? Ma'asa, so what did Hashem do? Hevi olayim as Amalek. That's when Amalek attacked the Jewish people. Hachamishi, the fifth thing, shehosiru min aman. They left over the man. They weren't supposed to leave it over. It will get rotten, and they did that. Hashishi, b'refidim, in Refidim, the place called Refidim, v'lo haya mayim la'eda, they didn't have what to drink. And it says over there that they neglected their Torah study. Hashvi, the seventh, b'chorev, in Chorev, in Mount Sinai, Ma'aseh ha'egel, they worshipped the golden calf. Shenemar, vayakel ha'am el Aaron, vayomru elav, kum aseh lanu elu. Him, Hashmini, the eighth thing that they did wrong, where they, so to say, tested Hashem. Vahiya'am kimisonanim rabaz Hashem, they complained to Hashem. This is in Numbers. V'hevi aleim eish, Hashem brought upon them fire. Shenemar, v'ativar bam eish, Hashem v'atochel b'ktzei ha'machana. Hashem is a jealous God. Hachi, the ninth thing. B'kivros hatava, a place called Kivros Hatava. K'sha'amr, they said, Mi achilenu basar, who will feed us meat? Right? They had the manna, they had man that when you ate it, it tasted like anything you wanted, but they still complained that they wanted meat. B'chlo ha'el ham basar says they didn't have meat. V'lo b'chol erev erev ha'el ham shlav, they had, Hashem brought them quail every evening. K'mon shenemar, as it says, B'seis Hashem lachem be'erev basar lechal v'lechem v'boker lisboa. V'k'mon shelo pasuk haman. So Rabeinu Yonah here is asking, what do you mean they didn't have meat? Just like every morning that Hashem brought the manna for them, every evening He brought quail for them. They wanted more meat so that they could become satiated, just like they're satiated by the bread in the morning. And this Moses said, they have a lot of meat. They're asking because of the evil in their hearts. They're stiff-necked people. Even if you give them more meat, they're going to say it's not enough. Is my hand, Hashem says, is my hand short that I can't fulfill what they want. I'll give them meat until they have enough. And they can't say that they're not satiated. He brought them a tadmor of quail. They had so much they weren't able to eat it. Took 10 donkeys to carry it. Kachu pshat pasuk. That's the explanation of the verse. Nimsei so Aimer kilochat Moshe bedvarav. If you read the pasuk, it sounds like Moshe didn't sin in what he said. Look in the Talmud in Yoma that learns the psukim differently. Ha'asiri, the 10th thing that they complained, Midbar Paran, Kishashalchu Amaraglim. How did they test Hashem? They sent the spies. They sinned by sending the spies to check out the land. They didn't have faith in Hashem. V'sham Nemar, and there it says, Vayinasu osi ze eser pa'amim. And it says there that they tested me these 10 times. So the Mishnah says that the Jewish people tested Hashem 10 times, and they did 10 things that were inappropriate for them to do in the desert. So Rabeinu Yonah elucidates them. So far we had the 10 phrases that the world was created. We had the 10 generations from Adam to Noah, and then the 10 generations from Noah to Abraham, and then we had the 10 plagues that happened to the Egyptians, and the 10 plagues that happened to the Egyptians at the sea. And then we had we also had the 10 tests that Abraham passed, and now here we just had the 10 ways that the Jewish people tested Hashem in the desert, which was not good. Okay, and with that, I wish everyone a great day.